The PlayStation 1, a classic retro system for sure. My buddy sent me his PlayStation 1 and wanted me to do a Mega Man Legends theme on this here. I got some good ideas and techniques that I'm going to be showing you guys, so come along on this DIY.
Here we go! Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Let's find out!
In the Mega Man Legends series, the games are set in the distant future, a time when the planet Earth is mostly ocean.
The ocean? The ocean on Earth?
Leaving some islands left for civilization to prosper on. This was the first game in the series, released back in December of 1997 for the PlayStation.
But it was also ported to the N64 as Mega Man 64.
The player controls Mega Man Volna, a teenage digger and archaeologist of sorts who searches underground ruins mainly for quantum refractors, which are the civilization's primary source of energy.
But something stood out design-wise in the game.
There are a group of ships that the air pirates use in the game that have unique features, so I'm going to make my base design on that for this project. The PlayStation 1 system lends itself for some great space to work with as far as design goes. It's a big rectangle system with a large circle on top. I'm thinking we can use one of the game's logos on the big circle part, and for the other sides, make it similar to metal panels of the airships.
The best way to get exact dimensions of the system is take it apart and then put it onto my scanner to get digital images of the PlayStation.
I get scans of the front and back of the PlayStation and bring those into Photoshop to get working on the design. I search Google for some images of the pirate ships in Mega Man Legends and find a few that will work.
You could almost say I pirated these images. What? Oh, come on, that was a good one.
I'm trying to stretch and fit the parts of the airship onto the PlayStation so it looks natural, lining up some of the rivets and using other elements of the ship to go over the power and open buttons. Once this was all complete, I had some work to do on the system itself. I want to give it a good base coat of green, similar to the airships. And I found this color in a spray can that will work just fine. So I gave it about 3 coats with 10 minutes in between coats.
A few moments later.
I then printed all my images onto water slide decal paper. Once they are printed, you need to add a few coats of clear coat on top of them before the next step. And once this was dry, I needed to get a container of water.
This is where I could submerge the decals for the next step.
The decal starts to separate from the paper, allowing you to place it onto your project.
The next morning.
And once the decals were dry, it was on to adding details with paint. This is where I was going to blend everything together so it looks like one full unit, because there were parts that did not have decals and certain edges meeting that had different colors. It just blends it all together. I also want to add a bit of wear and tear on this because it is modeled after an airship that has been flying around and seen some battles. So you need that nitty gritty on there to tie it all together with the theme.
Plus, it's one of my favorite parts. Alright, let's get dirty.
I'm using a lot of dry brush techniques where I add paint to the brush, then wipe most of it away before applying it to the project. This way it highlights certain areas where dirt and grime might build up over time.
So, fun fact.
In the Japanese version of the game, you have more freedom to
abuse animals.
You are given total freedom in kicking animals and shooting birds without penalty. This was toned down in the international release, so you could only kick the dull-colored dogs at the old city area.
Which would justify retaliation. What?
Okay, now that we completed all the weathering, it's time to put the console back together and show you that awesome B-roll of this custom PlayStation 1 with the Mega Man Legends theme come together.
Nice. I think this came together really awesome. What do you guys think?
I have always loved Mega Man series. Heck, I even got a tattoo of the Blue Bomber on my arm. Something about his childish, carefree attitude and how he always wants to do the right thing in saving humanity, even though he's a robot boy. Maybe that's just why a lot of us were drawn to him when we played these retro games growing up. We were just kids experiencing these games for the first time, seeing what just a simple boy robot could do with determination and support of others. Which makes it easy to see why Mega Man as a character has stood the test of time, and you can still find him in current gen games, doing what he does best.
Laying the smackdown with that sick arm cannon. Let's go!
Guys, thanks so much for watching this build, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm shipping this one out to my buddy Wolf from the YouTube channel Blips and Pips, so be sure to check out his stuff and show him some support.
There'll be a link in the description down below if you want to check out Wolf's video on the custom PlayStation. Let me know in the comments down below what other themes you want me to tackle on the next DIY project. Be sure to hit the thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I want to give a super shout out to all my Patreon supporters. With your guys' help, I can afford to do awesome DIY projects like this. So if you want to sign up, there'll be a link in the description down below. You guys get cool exclusives and behind the scenes stuff. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. As always, I'm Russ Lyman, and keep your world fun bit by bit. I'll see you next video.